You're like a regular engineer now, Brandon.
You are.
I am now.
You should like.
I feel smart. I feel super smart now.
You should be on a train.
What's your middle name?
What up, Posse? This is Chad.
What's your middle name?
Michael.
No, it's not. It's engineer.
Okay.
Yeah. What up, Posse?
What's up, everybody?
Hey, this is Brandon.
Mark.
I'm Dave.
I'm Chad. We have a special guest. We were just going over OG stuff. I was just listening about how you've been around in the Posse for quite a while.
Yeah.
Since CosCon.
Yeah.
What is that?
It was just Cosman hosted a
Tony Cosman had us. Oh,
And
really?
His driveway.
Yeah.
Like the first one we had was at Mark Hall's house. Like the original picture of all of us, like 12 of us. But
Yeah.
I mean, there was more than 12 people there, but it was like the 12 people that were selling and trading. And then we did one like Tony's where there was probably about 30 people.
There's a lot of people that showed up. People
Is
were
that the
setting
one
up table in the yards and everything.
Is that where you guys had to get a biffy?
No, that was at Ryan O's, my buddy Ryan's. Remember he came with all the belts?
Oh, yeah.
That's when we got a biffy, and we pretty much decided we were too big to do driveways.
So
and garage
so
sales
poor
anymore.
Tony Cosman's plumbing.
Yeah.
Tony's plumbing probably took a hit where Ryan
Yeah,
had the
he was smart about
foresight
it.
to be like, might be worth $250 to get a biffy for the whole weekend.
And people that showed up and vendors chipped in and
Yeah, and the DeLorean showed up at Ryan's.
That's right. There was actually. That's kind of the coolest thing.
That
That I
was super
feel like
cool.
I missed out when you guys was
Cos missed
the
out on that
DeLorean
'cause
that
he had
showed
to
up.
bail.
Oh yeah.
So many there was a couple guys I couldn't tell you who they were, but for that sale at Ryan's house they were so mad you didn't advertise this anywhere. I was like, dude, I put it on Craigslist and I advertised it on the group and they left out, and 20 minutes later it was just madness there. Had they stayed they would have made.
Well, then they missed Jason Grote showing up with late with all the stuff as
he
usual.
had all his stuff.
Yeah,
Jason
as
always
usual.
shows up late with tons of stuff.
Everyone swarmed. The vultures swarm.
Well, let's start out. Dave, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Brandon, turn your music down.
How dare you?
Oh, man.
Brandon loves his 80s music
does.
beats.
I love it.
I think that's
I'll
great.
take it.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta let the beat ride,
Yeah.
so people know what we're about.
Were you born in the 80s?
Yeah, it's 87.
Okay.
End of the 80s. So
Oh, nice.
All right.
That's
so
nice.
so you got a little bit of that in your
a
soul.
little bit of the 80s.
So
15 and 87.
you've been a part of the Posse for 2 years now?
When
3
was
years?
When
4
did it
years?
start?
3
Usually
years?
2 years.
Pretty much at first. Because I remember,
2016, August of 2016 is when I
Okay.
started the group.
because didn't we do a thing at some point in the Facebook group where everyone was kind of looking at where they were in the member
I
number?
did.
Yeah.
I know by the time
Remember that.
CosCon and stuff like that came around, it was the next, because I created it in 2016. We started having swaps in 2017.
Okay.
But if you were at the second swap, which was in August of 2017, basically. No, July. It was July 1st of 2017.
Yeah,
So.
because I remember being kind of surprised to see where I was, how early in the group I was there.
Yeah.
Are we at
I
3,000?
do remember you were like, whoa, I
Not
joined way
yet.
back then. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
So you brought me a present. I see that you gave me a Beta Ray bill.
Yep. It's all yours.
And
Is
that's
this the newest one that we were pining over?
No.
Okay.
that's a Toy Biz one, right?
Toy Biz.
Oh, Toy Biz does such a great job all the time.
I did a little custom paint on his
You did?
sword breaker, I think. Put a little extra gold
you
on
did
there.
put some gold.
Because wasn't it kind of
Smart.
translucent before? Or it was kind of see-through just a tiny bit?
Yeah, it was bronze, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like it was.
It was
more
darker.
It was more the color of the handle.
Yes.
I love it. You just said this needs a little more gold, and so you made it so.
Exactly.
Is there a hinge on his jaw?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know nothing about this Beta Ray bill. No.
You're missing out, man. It's a good one.
It's definitely a good figure. I was just telling him that you have to be careful. I sold one of those to Mark Hall. He opened it within 2 seconds.
Of course,
the leg
Mark Hall
snapped.
did.
Oh.
This is really a cool figure, man.
Well, and I also did a lot of
And the
rubber cape.
rubber cape is dope.
So on the arms and the skin I'm seeing now that I forgot that I did a wash. I did you see how there's kind of dark,
Yeah.
like in the grooves, there's dark paint that kind of makes it show up a little bit better.
How did you wash it?
So there's paint that's actually called a wash or a paint wash.
Oh, okay.
So you can do that, or you can get the cheapest paint you want to get and just water it down.
Gotcha.
Water it down as much as you
Okay.
want, and then
So then you just paint it and then wipe it off, right? With
yeah,
the gum.
yeah.
So then it goes into the creases.
It sits in the cracks and just pulls out all those details really
Yeah,
nice.
it definitely
like
does
this
make
guy.
it.
I like him.
Yeah.
What does something like this go for? What does it go for on card, and what does it go for loose?
$30.
Yeah.
For
it's not
both?
that bad.
Yeah.
Either or?
$30.
I've seen
I
it
would say.
relatively
I
cheap.
mean,
Really?
it doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure, does it? Does it come with a piece?
I don't remember.
Because that usually will
remember.
change it depending on the BAF figure.
MODOK or something?
Yeah, I think it was the
Yeah.
MODOK wave. I think it
Okay.
did have a Build-A-Figure piece.
So yeah, 30 makes sense
I like
in
that.
box because it has a MODOK piece. But
Yeah, I can't remember. That was a long time ago when that wave came out.
MODOK is the only superhero or villain that has a bigger head than Brandon.
nah.
Brandon
All
should
for
go
debate,
on
though.
Halloween.
Close.
Oh man,
It's close.
MODOK. That'd be cool. Have like a hover chair.
Like a GalaxyCon, the guy with
Yeah, the
Professor
Professor X.
Xavier.
Yeah.
Am I going too fast? Can I show the TMNT too? That's
I can show it.
I'd
unless
love for
do
you
you want to
to,
come
man.
over and
no. I'm comfortable.
Yeah, so I brought a handful of figures. I mean, you
That's
said
dope.
just to
Yeah.
bring some ones that I like. And
Very
so, like-
reminiscent of the comic book.
oh, yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
So that Leo I got before I was doing the photography thing, before I was even really collecting again.
Oh, okay.
It was when I was living in LA and I found it at some kind of random toy shop.
Oh,
It
nice.
was like a souvenir shop even, I think. But yeah, I picked that up and that's been on my shelf for probably 10 years or pretty close to
Wow.
whenever it was.
Who made it?
NECA.
Mecca did. Oh, no wonder it's cool.
Yeah.
That is nice, man.
Yeah, and eventually, like, I wanted to get the rest of them, but I was dirt poor at the time, and I was just
Yeah.
like, okay, I guess I can get one right now. And because I would love to have all the originals with the red bandanas. I got some knockoffs with the colored bandanas just for pictures.
Yeah.
And when
Did
I
you get the Walmart ones
the
that were
Walmart-
black and white and that were the red?
No.
Yeah, oh,
No, I didn't get those.
I
I saw them.
yeah.
When I buy stuff, like when I started buying toys again, it wasn't really like to be a collector or whatever. It was like a couple things here and there that I like, but then when the photo
Yeah.
stuff started happening, it was like I'm gonna buy stuff for photo purposes.
okay.
So that's why I bought knockoffs and didn't really care about
Let's
it.
talk about that.
Yeah.
When did you start doing that?
When I
Because you're really good at it, by the way.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
No, I was just going back. There was like a hashtag going around on Instagram for a little bit with toy photographers, like show your first pick. So my Father's Figures account started in early 2014, but on my personal Instagram, I can go back even further, 2012 at some
Oh,
point.
okay.
And like when I got on Instagram, it was like, okay, what do I post now? You know, I wasn't really much of a photographer at the time. I mean, I've always had an interest in photography, but Instagram was like, okay, well, I'm on here. What am I going to share with the world? Well, how am I going to try to connect with people?
Right.
And I had picked up the Lego Magneto set with Deadpool in it.
Oh.
The helicopter.
Yeah.
That one from 2012. And I was like, oh, hashtag Deadpool and Lego and all these things just to kind of see what else is out there. And that's kind of,
Yeah.
I don't know where it was. I started finding kind of the toy photography hashtags and like seeing other people that were actually really good. And like, I was like, wait, this is actually kind of an art form.
Yeah.
And this can be really cool other than just, here's my collection and showing it off. Like you can do some really cool stuff.
When I first remember seeing you in the Posse, you were downtown and you had taken a picture of the Vulture and Spider-Man with the skyscrapers in the background. And I was like, this is magnificent. I was like, this looks like it's really taking place. And you had like mentioned how people were looking at you taking pictures of your toys downtown.
Oh yeah.
But I was like,
remember
God, I
that,
wish they could see what this picture looked like afterwards because it's so awesome.
Are you the Dave that did the snow trooper in the snow?
I've probably done
was
snow
that him?
troopers in the snow.
He's
Ooh.
done snow troopers and stuff. I don't think.
Because I saw one that was on the Posse page that was just dope. It
Was that
literally,
recently?
That might be
Because
Matt.
that could have been Hicks.
Oh, was
Yeah.
it Hicks? I
It
think
was
it was
probably
Matt,
Hicks,
Matt
I
Hicks.
do on the national group. I do a Posse poster contest every week.
Yeah.
So like you can, you win to have your picture on the banner. It's more of an honor for us because thanks for giving us a cool picture
It's
for
fun,
the week.
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
It's fun. It's interactive too.
And yeah, it gets people. It's kind of blown up. Sometimes you'll get a lot of people that participate, and sometimes you might not get any.
Fan
I always forget
art
about it.
across the board, though. I mean, and just from like I'm collect Prince stuff and things like that. Fan art for like the one that you got me, that Prince fan art, it's come a long way.
Yeah.
And I mean, I would rather have fan art on my wall that's very, very unique than a pressed up Marvel, Disney, run of the mill that 20,000 people have, even though it says in the back of it, hey, one of 20,000. I would rather have something kind of cool and unique like that. It kind of makes me want to do one myself.
Do it.
actually.
That's the thing. Like
it.
you,
It's fun. It's just
you
something
did a
that
thing
sounds
for
fun.
Christian's son. Silver Surfer and
yeah,
Wolverine.
and Wolverine because his son is named after both of them, Norn and Logan. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
So I liked that. That was cool. Surfer on his board and Wolverine on his motorcycle.
I really don't. I haven't done much commission stuff like that because it's
you
kind of
would.
Yeah. I mean, well, not for people. I mean, for random companies and stuff. I've done things, but that was one where I finally got an idea for it, or I finally had kind of an idea of what I wanted it to look like because when he said that, like nothing really. I was like, okay, well, how do I get these two in the same shot?
Yeah.
And then I just did a city shot, or no, it was when when Logan's motorcycle came out.
Yeah.
I think that figure a couple of
I think
years
it was
ago,
the
last year,
motorcycle.
2 years ago.
Yeah, like
And I was like,
2018, I
okay,
think.
yeah, I could have them both riding, and that'll actually look cool.
It did look cool.
Yeah.
That is cool. Period.
And you gotta love Wolverine and Silver Surfer. I mean,
Yeah,
come
It's
on.
just I should have you commission
So like
something
you've
for me.
taken this and like bigger like companies and stuff are asking.
No, yeah, I've done. Well, the first one actually, it's one of the pictures I
Yeah, I'll bring it
included.
up real quick.
It's got Ray with the sand. So this is a shot that I did. I forget how many years ago it was. Probably 2015.
Yeah, the lightning effects coming out of the eyes.
That was
like an
Photoshop,
hammer.
yeah.
Nice, yeah.
But with the Ray one, I was in Florida with my girlfriend at the
Talking
time.
about the Ray one.
The Ray one, Brandon.
Ray with the sand. You see it?
The very, should
He's
be the
getting
very
better.
first one.
It's the first one of the. Well, maybe it's the first one. I don't know how you have
The
it.
one that the first one you showed me was Beta Ray.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Either way, so this picture with Ray, I took it on the beach in Florida, like as the sun was like failing, and I had a girl I was dating like sprinkling some sand in and just made kind of a cool picture. So
went backwards. Sorry, guys.
it wasn't wasn't long after that, or maybe it was at the same time where Hasbro actually put out that they wanted people to submit photos with the hashtag Hasbro Toy Pick.
Oh, nice.
And this is the one.
So
that
that's
got,
how you just had her do this over
just
the
sprinkling some sand
the
in the
figure,
shot,
and
yeah.
you just
Yeah.
It
crazy.
doesn't look. It looks real.
Yeah.
I mean,
Looks like it's from the movie, or it's like a promo shot or something, you know.
and it looks like you have the Close Encounters Mountain Devil's Tower.
It does look great right there.
It looks
Yeah.
really good.
That's probably just some random hill that
Yeah.
somewhere on the beach.
It just it just got the right angle.
Oh no, that's beautiful, dude. You're
And
talented.
so that was the one where I had done a ton of them, hashtagging Hasbro Toy Pick, and like shots that I thought were really cool. But then this is the one that they kind of focused in on, and then it went into their collection of photos that they did. That was the first year that I think there was like a dozen of us or so.
They started using like
actual toy
photographers?
photographer
Oh,
pictures.
okay.
So they used the pictures. I think it was San Diego Comic-Con was the first time they
nice.
did. They did a whole
what
display.
a way to
Yeah.
have it, you know.
Yeah,
That's cool.
break it in.
There was a bunch of people who had photos up, and I think I
Nice.
might have had a couple more in there too. But that's
Sweet.
when I got my foot in the door with Hasbro.
Nice.
Wow.
And I think
Cool.
like in 2018, didn't you have like a display? Or was that San Diego?
They had sent you
Thought you had,
something
like-
that you took pictures of that you couldn't tell any of us about at the time.
I
Yeah.
forget what that was now.
I can't rember what it was either, but you God, I could tell you wanted to tell people,
Right,
but
right.
you're just like I can't.
Yeah.
'cause-
No, I got. They sent me. I forget which exclusives or new ones. But yeah, I'll get stuff to shoot on occasion.
Yeah.
Ahead of time. But what's happened a few times, like they sent me this huge package for Rise of Skywalker. I mean, like literally this box that was like Rise of Skywalker themed. I open it, it's just full of all the toys that were hitting, Force Friday.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm going through it. It's like, okay, I can't shoot this. I can't shoot this. Like, there's no way I can shoot like the lightsaber and the helmet. Like, oh, I can't shoot that. But then the Black Series stuff was like, oh, cool, Black Series. Oh, already have this. Already have this. Already have this.
Yeah.
So I didn't get that stuff early or anything. But it's only happened a couple.
Did you get the
times.
Mando in there?
No,
Oh,
because it was
okay.
Rise of Skywalker thing.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if they had like been like, oh, here's like another thing of like all the Force Friday stuff.
No.
Oh, okay.
What's the next one?
Let's see.
Curious. I'm really fascinated.
Optimus Prime.
Yeah, there's my Prime. I did bring that Prime.
Nice.
The reason why
Okay.
I brought Prime was because the figures that I brought were kind of ones that I just really like or have kind of a connection
Well,
to.
that's what we want people to bring.
Yeah,
Like, stuff that resonates with you, or like this is what got me started collecting. This is my first piece. Or,
yeah,
you know.
the Prime, the Masterpiece one, it was like kind of one of the earlier ones I kind of splurged on when I had more disposable income.
Yeah.
Because it was like, I mean, the ones that we grew up with were, I mean, so like, they didn't
And
really
beat
do
up,
much.
you know?
Beat up, right?
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
missing pieces, whatever. But the Masterpiece ones blew me away just at the time because it was how they look in the show.
Yeah, and it's also like your first.
They
like,
transform
your
the
first
right
big
way.
purchase
Yeah,
as
one
like
of
an
the
adult,
first
and you're like,
big
oh,
ones, yeah.
this sticks with me.
I'm gonna
like,
spend $100 on a toy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But no, I love Optimus Prime. I love Transformers. So that
looks like in the movie, like in the cartoon movie.
It really does.
I would take it out right now, but it'll probably
do one of him like losing his
doing the Allspark.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too sad. I can't do that.
Too many bad memories.
Sometimes you gotta bring people back in through agony.
Yeah. That shot that we have up on the screen, it was actually in San Francisco that I took that.
Oh, nice.
So over the years, getting to meet a lot of other toy photographers, like just online people
Yeah.
There's a group of people out in Seattle. They ran a blog, Stuck in Plastic. They don't do that one anymore. Now it's toy photographers. But they put together a gathering, they've been doing a
really?
Like a con for like toy photographers.
Well, and we all hang out all weekend and go shoot together.
Nice.
That's cool.
So the first one I didn't go to was in Vegas, but I was like, if I can, I'm going to the next one. So I went to the next one in Seattle. Then I went to the San Francisco one, and then we did one in Oregon, like Astoria area.
Oh, pretty.
On the beach out there, yeah.
That's really cool because you're like amongst your peers.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're giving you ideas, and you're giving them ideas.
Well, and swapping toys to shoot, like
talking shop too. Like that's how you become better.
yeah.
Like you have to surround yourself with people that are like as passionate or like
How many
up
people,
there.
how many people are we talking?
In the gatherings?
Yeah.
I think last time it was 20-ish.
Okay.
Maybe a few more.
Nice.
That's cool.
The last one I was at anyway. I missed the one last year, but
that's a lot for just a thing of like, hey, it's not an official thing, but just meet up here. We're going to be at this hotel. And
oh yeah, the first one I went to in Seattle, it was like, okay, well,
is it weird? Like,
it was weird. Okay,
like oh, these people I talk to all the time on the internet.
But then now I'm meeting them in person.
Well, no, it was weirder than that because it was like, okay, we're going to be shooting the first day. We're going to be at this park shooting in this area. There's like kind of it's a public park, but there's like a wooded area that they like to shoot in. So I was looking at the map. I was like, okay, well, I'll get my rental car. I'm going to drive to this park, and then I'm going to go here. And my coworker was just kind of, I was telling him about it, and he's like, so you're going to go to a city where you don't know anyone, and you're going to meet a bunch of people in the woods. And I was like, yeah. It's going to be great.
There's no banjo music, so you're fine.
And it was great.
It's going to be awesome. And it was.
Man.
Well, I mean, and it's cool, just like people that you knew from online. You know their pictures, but then now you know them as people. And, people I still talk to.
That's the way the Posse kind of was.
Yeah.
There's another great.
That's the one that was he was just showing.
Yeah. It's the Optimist.
That's
like that.
sweet.
That was a pretty.
Is that
early
also
one.
is that during a meetup?
No, that's on my deck in my backyard.
Oh,
Nice.
I piled up some snow.
Wow.
So there's like this is a snow, like the Falcon in the snow tunnel one I think you've seen. I gave you that one. So yeah, I've just done things.
The Mario one, yeah. Let me pull up the.
Because when I shoot in my backyard, and I generally don't use a wide lens, so you're not going to get a lot of the background in there.
Yeah.
You can get pretty tight, like in that Optimus shot, just a little pile of snow and the sunset.
Yeah, it made it look so much like
that made
the
it
difference
look really
right
good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
yeah,
that,
this is awesome when I see people do this kind of stuff.
right, because that was a snow tunnel that I built on my deck again. I just like over time was piling up snow, waiting for it to harden, get cold, and tunneling through it, and then.
How did you get them to like? What did you stand?
They're just on wires.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on my
I didn't know
Instagram
if
I
like
have
a stand or something that you could bury in the snow.
on the Instagram I have behind the scenes videos of a few setups like that.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So and then what's cool about that Falcon one too is like once I'm inside the tunnel, like in the snow tunnel is maybe like 2 feet wide or 2 feet circumference, and it's closed, so I can shoot with the wide angle lens, so it kind of gives everything that bigger look.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I like to do that.
Oh, I see. I was going to say, is that the die-cast stuff? Or
That's the Falcon is the Revel model. It's probably this big.
Okay.
And then the TIE Fighters are the Hot Wheels.
Remind me to show you my vintage die-cast Darth
I know
Vader.
those.
Yeah.
And then which picture do you want to do next?
I don't know. What do we want to talk about next? You want to look Mando? Okay. Pull up the Mando.
The hottest, is the hottest thing going.
Yeah. I brought him along so you can see him.
Chad has become I wanted to message you, be like, can you do this to my carbonized one?
Oh, dude, it's such a
Like,
pain.
look at this.
Such a pain.
So this
And where'd
is
you
the
get the jetpack? Just
carbonized
from a
Mando?
random Boba Fett?
No, it's...
Or is it that one that comes with like the new one? Right? Isn't there gonna be another one for the jetpack?
This was all custom stuff from a guy I found online, so the pieces are all custom.
Okay, I thought like the figure arts one was gonna come
new
with like
Black
a jetpack.
Widow's
or
got
whatever.
a
No.
jetpack.
So I didn't bring a jetpack just because it falls off, but I magnetize it to the back. You can kind of see the magnet nubs on his back there. But so I found a guy, John Walker Customs, online, who
Shout out to John Walker, man.
He printed out the chest piece and shoulders and backpack, and I bought them.
Okay.
Probably not too much more than $20-$25 for everything.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I might get my
that's
friend.
just a straight up custom.
I might get one.
No,
of my
no,
friends
not for
that-
the custom.
Yeah,
for the
no,
pieces.
just
For
for
the
the
pieces.
pieces.
I did
he
all
puts
the work.
on
Okay.
So the chest piece is so thin and brittle with I don't
The
know,
3D printing, like the
whatever
resin or-
whatever he print. I'm sure it's resin. You can't print like that with the other stuff. But I was handling the chest piece and like a bottom corner actually snapped on me.
Oh.
So I was like, well, for the chest piece anyway, I had to Dremel off all the original armor and then go as low as I could. I mean, like without
destroying the figure. Like the
without
core,
going through the entire torso.
Yeah.
And then epoxy sculpts, and then just kind of keep pressing it in and sculpting around and just kind of getting it to where I need to go. So that corner right there actually snapped on me. But with the epoxy, I was able to just kind of get it right back to where it needed to go.
I'm gonna zoom in on the chest plate right here. Like, look at this detail.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Like, that's amazing. Look at that detail.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Look at the helmet. The helmet looks just like, it just looks like at the end when it gets all the metal melted.
Yeah.
From the ice cream maker.
Yeah.
My girlfriend didn't understand why. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like so freaking out
The
about it.
Wilro hood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you see the pictures of Earl?
Yeah, that's
Oh my
hilarious.
goodness, that was great. Did you see him?
Earl?
Earl Lukes. He works at the Parkway Theater. Does
Okay.
a really solid penguin cosplay.
Okay. Did he do Wilro hood?
He
Yeah.
did. Yes, he totally
no
did.
blackface,
But I mean, so he's coming running down the hallway of a
Yeah.
hotel, and they
Yeah.
even put it in like slow motion. It looks really
stand up.
awesome. Yeah, it was good.
That's great.
it was good to know what was
So,
finally in that.
Have
and
you
why it was running
guys
so
heard
fast.
of Star Wars Celebration, the convention that they do every couple years?
Yeah, they had it in Chicago last time, right?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
They
Oh, cool.
actually do a running of the hoods, they call it.
Oh, I heard about
So
that.
there's
yeah,
at
that's
least
crazy.
100 or more people dressed as Wilro Hood, and then they
Nice.
all have. It's like really secretive. I was trying to get into the group and like find out when they were going to do it, so I
Yeah.
could like shoot my Wilro Hood figure with the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about it." So apparently, like,
Man, it's like Fight Club, man.
Yeah, exactly. They
Jeez.
will not tell you what's going to happen
That's
or when
pretty
it's going to
funny.
happen.
Like, do you have to prove you're like a Wilro Hood
I guess,
cosplayer?
but
and, like, you're...
if I go next or this
Yeah.
year, it's in Anaheim again.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I have a pact with a buddy of mine that we're going to do it
All right.
Nice.
if I end up going.
We'll have to give you a GoPro to take with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I've got a kid coming in June, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to hang on to my ticket.
Congratulations.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
In a perfect world, you have Beta Ray Bill, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the Mandalorian.
Yeah, look at that.
You know what I was thinking would be kind of fun to do? This I'm going to sound really nerdy. God, I'm going to sound nerdy.
What are we doing here?
You're going to do if you're going to do a custom, like any kind of custom Mando, I would say it'd be kind of cool to customize it and give him Wookiee braids. So you know that at one time or another they hooked up and like hung out.
Yeah, but he's not
or-
Boba Fett.
No, I'm just saying like Boba Fett gave it to him or something.
They ran
It's-
into each other.
Yeah, I guess so. It's like, oh, it's like the Spider-Man meme.
Don't
They all
ick
just
my
pointing
don't
at each
ick,
other. It's like,
Yep.
don't ick my yum, dude.
all right. But where plug your stuff real quick at
What-
Instagram.
The
At
Instagram
Fatherfigures.
at Father's Figures. Yeah, it's
At Father's Figures. for
Father's
Instagram.
Figures. A lot of
Okay.
people are like, "Oh, Father Figures." It's like, no, it's Father's Figures, possessive and plural. It's
Yeah.
you know.
And then do you have like a separate do you have like a Facebook like for your photography
Yeah,
stuff
it's
too, or?
all Father's
Okay.
Figures.
Oh,
okay.
Whether it's Facebook,
All
Twitter,
platforms.
Instagram. Yeah.
All right.
And I have a website. It pretty much just points to my Instagram.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So,
that's smart.
Same
That's-
thing, fathersfigures.com.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah, and I bring prints to the swap.
Yeah.
So I'm selling every time.
Yeah,
we're
you'll
at the
you'll
swap.
see him in videos. We usually try to stop by his booth
Yeah.
and see all the pictures.
And I always
all the
try to
prints and stuff. Yeah.
I always try to have at least a couple new prints because every time
Nice,
someone's
yeah.
like, "Oh, so what's new?" I mean, because I've had some of the same stuff forever. So
Yeah.
I mean, people have seen everything almost at this point.
You do pretty well,
Yeah,
for the
actually,
most part.
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's
When
kind of weird trying to find like what people want as far as like quality of print and price point. Because what I wanted, I mean, for my photos, I want it to be on like really good quality
Yeah.
print paper. I don't think anyone cares.
Oh, no, I do. Totally.
I would care. I want quality.
Oh, hell yeah.
When is the next swap?
April 19th.
Is it really?
I think I have a
19th?
table.
Yeah.
At the
I think you
VFW.
do. At the
VFW.
Bloomington VFW.
Bloomington VFW. How many tables? 100?
100.
Look for the helicopter.
Are they all sold out yet?
Yeah.
They are?
Yeah.
They sells out within like 2 hours.
I
Like,
hope I got one.
and people are.
I think you
"Oh,
do.
no."
We'll look after we're done
I
here.
know.
Yeah, people like you gotta jump on it as soon
I
as Mark
know.
makes that post.
I know.
you
I've
gotta,
got like 4 boxes
And I
of
try
stuff
to
I'm
be
ready to
fair
sell.
and put it up at a time where like
More
the
people will
most
be
people
watching,
are
yeah.
going to be watching. But hey, I can't please everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not like there's not going to
Maybe
be
you gotta
another
follow,
swab.
Maybe you gotta follow the Instagram and you'll maybe get some sneak peeks.
there you
Yeah,
go.
maybe if
There
I
you go.
At the
listed
Real
on
Toy
Instagram
Posse, you know?
first,
There
you know.
go.
Yeah, or at the Minnesota Toy Posse and at the Real Toy Posse, because you could be getting hints of like when's it gonna drop. Because
Yeah.
Mark drops it, and you just gotta be
I've
paying
told
attention.
people too, you know,
Yeah.
when it's gonna drop. Like, hey, I'm gonna drop 'em. I'm doing a poster contest on. It ends on the 3rd. I'm gonna list the tables on the 4th. What more can I tell you?
Yeah, this isn't Fight Club. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
it's like I'm telling you when it's gonna be. So
All right. Well, hey, thanks for coming, man.
Yeah, thanks.
You come back again?
Anytime.
Awesome.
All right,
awesome.
guys.
Well, not
sweet.
anytime,
Thank you for
I mean,
being here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like 4:30 in the afternoon on a Sunday.
Sure.
So yeah, that's anytime.
Yeah, but that's a good
Alright.
day to do it without football going on.
Yeah.
We could meet up.
XFL, bro.
Oh yeah, XFL baby.
How's that been
good.
going? You guys watching it?
I've been
No,
watching.
I
it.
haven't. Not
Just
at
a little
all.
bit, you know.
No.
I've seen some nice plays.
The Roughnecks,
with some really
baby.
bad games.
All right, guys, peace out.
Peace.
I'll grab that Star Wars for you.